We continue now in the spirit of truth, knowledge, and re-education. As we speak of the sons of Belial, I banish the lies of Belial from this work in my authority in Christ. As we continue into the details of this newsletter, every time I mention or utter the name Belial, our intention is to dismantle the structures, devices, and timelines of Belial. Here and now, I banish thee from malintent and restore spiritual truth to this esoteric knowledge. Sons of Belial, the king of liars and confusion. The sons of Belial are not only a massive gestalt of false light, collective, Luciferian consciousness that exists on the material plane, but also a part of the consortium of entities that make up the negative aliens. The negative alien that is embodying Luciferian principles, such as the Belial group, contacts and interfaces with its vibrational match, or genetic line on the material plane, which is a human vessel embodying the same collective thought form vibration. These are mostly reptilian beings that have lost their connection to the Godhead by rejecting the natural laws, and in its place, produced an artificial reality based on the Saturnian, Kabbalah, Sephiroth, and Black Tree of Life reversal architecture. As a result of the disconnection of the organic architecture that generates an open source supply of life force energy, in an entropic system, their DNA became increasingly corrupted and damaged. Through the enslavement history of the seraphim consciousness that became trapped within the artificial realities in the Black Tree of Life, these fallen angelics were also bound to play out the program of the Luciferian rebellion as the sons of Belial. And so, they played their dark consciousness part in creation as dictated by the corrupted planetary grid structures, and this damage in the timelines further created mass planetary DNA mutations and the ongoing wars over genetics and bloodlines that are still enforced today. This conflict was further capitalized on by off-planet sources, such as the embodied reptilian entities, the Anunnaki and Draconian hybrids and regressives, who understood what was happening, and many of these negative aliens joined forces to gain control over the Earth resources. As a result, the Belial sons are inherently parasitic, and utilizing humanity and many other living beings as their food source, to live on for thousands of years in their artificially created realities. They feed on blood sacrifices and negative emotional energy, or loosh, to avoid reincarnation, refusing entrapment in lower dimensions to avoid the loss of identity that would occur in the natural death process that happens on Earth from these genetic mutations. For these reasons, these groups used advanced artificial technology to open wormholes that were blended together into AI timelines to create the power required to attempt to pull the Earth body into the black hole system, leading into the phantom matrix where they exist. If successful, they could gain total control over the planet and humanity, also gaining access to quantum energy and many of the earthly resources available. Many of these Earth-based resources have been stolen, some in the form of human trafficking, covertly taken underground, or to build colonies on other planets in our solar system. To collect and gather the life force energy of living things, they created layers upon layers of reversals, mind control transmissions, and anti-life architecture in the planetary body. And many of these machines are structures that can be classified as black magic grids. They are sophisticated energy harvesting structures and alien devices that are engineered to collect, distribute, and direct planetary life force and human soul energy from across the globe. This can be moved through the grid network and into a specific position, place, or persons, where they want that collective energy to be directed in order to fulfill some plan or anti-human agenda. One of the basic examples of their global black magic is directed in the planetary grid network through alien machinery used to control the money supply, as well as cast black magic deceptions in the minds of people to stay asleep in a type of dream spell in order to continue to exploit them. For controller humans, such as the Dark Cabal, or those in the power elite group, in order to maintain their power, wealth, and control over others' resources, they engage in a variety of dark rituals that are used to communicate directly with these dark spirits or the negative aliens themselves. An assortment of sacrifices and actions are carried out to pay the energy debt, and must be made as the consequence of exchanging with these dark forces for material power, who are the princes of lies, confusion, and depravity. In ritual sacrifice, the dark entity that is conjured is invited to possess the human body or bind to it in order to use its soul energy. However, to cast off this blood debt for a time, the controllers kill innocent people in wars or public occult rituals masked as random killings in order to spill the blood payment designated for these dark entities to feed upon, while also spreading fear in the population. Regardless of the blood sacrifices given, the dark entity may continue to use that human vessel to express a level of its gestalt consciousness, as there are endless amounts of these low-level dark spirits that exist in these underworld hierarchies. This could be a variety of dark entities that work through that same person intermittently in order to carry out many harmful agendas, usually working against the person themselves and influencing harmful energies in those around them. If humans refuse to co-create with these dark spirits, many of them would cease to exist. The sons of Belial are similar to mafia thugs that deceive you by making an offer that you can't refuse, manipulating through emotional blackmail and pain to get a person to reject his or her inner spiritual nature, pushing them through the descending cycle of repeating self-harm and depraved actions until eventually the person is a dark, possessed husk with every aspect of their mind and body fully under someone else's control.